Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the session. If you're able to hear my voice, if I'm audible, please let me know in the live chat. Yes, thank you so much for confirming that I'm audible. Yes, once again, welcome to this session. And I think, a few of them have joined. That's awesome. Few of them have joined before time. That's really appreciable. Okay, so in today's session, we are going to discuss about the interviews, do's and don'ts. Just to check few live chat. Okay, Tech Mahindra. Okay, okay. So if anyone is new to this session, if anyone is new to our channel, um, welcome to our channel. And also, I would like to say we have been conducting masterclass for quite a few days. We have also started for Tech Mahindra also. Please do check our masterclass series for Tech Mahindra. And also, like today, it's particularly about interview. It's not only with respect to Tech Mahindra, it's general for like any placement drives. If you're attending, this session will be really helpful. And we'll be having more sessions on interview. So this is just one part of it. And tomorrow also you'll be having session. So please please subscribe to our channel so that you get the updates. Okay, so I could see a few of them have messaged. Okay, Ramdas, Harshal. Okay, yes. So let's get started with today's session. So in today's session, as you already, I think you have seen the thumbnail or the title, interviews, do's and don'ts. So that's the thing that we're going to discuss now. So before I start with the do's and don'ts and what is this interview thing, I would like to say a little bit about who we are. So we have been helping students to realize their dreams for last 14 years, and we are really happy to serve you all, and we want to serve for a few more years in the coming years, so that whoever is with us will get some benefit from us, especially with respect to the placement drive, and upgrading their skills. And we're really happy to provide you all the training required for your betterment, for your to upgrade yourself. And I'm really happy to help you all. And my name is Likit, and I've trained more than 20,000 students in top universities with 6 years of experience. And right now, I'm really excited to tell you about the interviews, do's and don'ts, and something about interview. And you can check out the videos of masterclass in our channel. You can just go to the playlist and check out our remaining other masterclass series if anyone is new to this channel. And also, don't forget to join our Telegram channel, that is Ethnus Codemithra. So if you have not joined yet, please do join our Ethnus Codemithra Telegram channel. The link for the Telegram channel is in the description, and it's also in the live chat. So you can just click on that and can join our Telegram channel. Yes, so let's get started with today's session. And like if at all you have any queries, you can just put it up in the live chat. We will try to answer it. Okay, so if you feel that you have some doubt or something like that, you can ask with us. You can just type it out in the live chat, and we will try to answer it. We may not be able to see all the chat, but we'll try our level best. And Yes, so here is the first thing that we're going to discuss. It's a simple general thing, that is interview skills, the basics of that. I'm sure like almost everyone would be attending the interview very very soon, and this is a part of an interview series. Okay, it's not like I'll be telling everything that is required for interview skill. This is one just part of it. You will be having many such sessions on interview skills. Okay, and just a minute. Yes. So you have already attended. I think most of them would have already attended our session on resume building, which was no conducted this week on Tuesday. So if you haven't attended that, please do attend that. So last week Tuesday. So please do attend that series also. So this is a part of interview series, interview skills part 1. And here particularly we are talking about, and let me tell you the main agenda of this. The main agenda of this session is to know what are the things to do in an interview. It could be a face-to-face interview, or it could also be the online or video interview, what you call it as, because that's the way the interview is going to happen from now onwards. That you will listen about that also, what are the do's and don'ts in a video interview. So please stay tuned with us till the end of the session. And yeah, okay. Okay, sorry for that. There was some technical problem. Okay, let me just continue from where I stopped. So I was just telling about the interview skills in this particular session. What is that you're gonna learn? We will be looking into the do's and don'ts of one is face-to-face interview as well as the video interview. Okay, so let me just quickly tell you about that. And there are certain basic preparation steps that you need to follow, starting from analyzing yourself. Okay, so always whenever we are are attending for an interview, it's important that we realize what's our level in that. Are we completely prepared or not? So analyzing ourselves is one of the basic step in whenever you are, like, if at all you are going to attend any interview. And also it's identifying your skills. It's very very important to identify your skills. Now when you talk about identifying the skills, what are the ways of identifying your skills? So you can always think about your strength, your weaknesses. See, that's the place where you will be identifying your skills. Okay, so always make sure that you are aware about your strength and weakness. And if you see, like, most of the interviews, this is one of the common questions that could be asked, that is, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? So I'm sure that most of them would have heard about this, right? So about strength and weaknesses. So that's the thing of we need to realize it. So before the interview, you need to understand what are your strength and weakness, so that during interview, suppose if this question is asked, you can confidently say about your strength and weakness. So you can do SWOT analysis, that is strength, weakness, opportunity and threat, in order to identify your skills. Now the next thing is examine the job description. Suppose if you are applying for any job and you have got an interview call, so you need to see what are the description given in the poster, so that you can plan accordingly. Suppose if the job is expecting you to be good in one particular skill, see that is it matching to the skill that you are having it. So when you examine this job description, you will have an idea about what are the points that you need to stress on during an interview, and you can also start preparing for it. Like, if you know this 1 month before, 1 month prior to the interview, you can actually plan on some areas which the company is expecting, some skills that the company is expecting for, and you can start working on that. So that's why it's very important to examine the job description. This is one of the prerequisite thing. And prepare answers for standard questions. So you have so many questions out there in the internet. You can just browse those questions and start preparing for all those questions which is there out. What you can do is you can keep a notebook with you, so that you can start writing on every day 4 or 5 questions you can just refer to and start finding out the answer for that, starting with the basic of strength and weakness, and you can just browse it. And also you can refer so many videos out there in YouTube for the interview questions. We'll also be having a session on interview questions, and one of the session will be particularly dedicated for the interview questions. So please attend that session also. We will let you know when that session will be conducted. And know about the company. Yes, you might have heard about this thing, right? That if you are aware about the company, you can quote some examples of the company, and you can give it you can say that in your answer. So that's why it's very important to do a research about the company, and that also shows how serious you are whenever you are attending an interview. So you should know what are the events that has been conducted in the company in the last 1 year. What are the ups and downs that the company has faced. Suppose if that's there around, or if that's there in the news, you should be aware of it. You can also have a case study, about what has happened in the company, and you can present it during an interview. So there are so many cases where knowing about the company will be helpful, especially during answering the question in an interview. So that's why you should know about the company that you are attending for. Now, right now, I think most of them would have attended TCS, NQT, and few of them are going to attend Tech Mahindra or Wipro as well. So you should know about these companies, in and out about these company, especially with respect to the news that is out there, news which has been published. So that's one thing. And focus on the resume. Yes, it's very important to focus on why we need to focus on the resume, because there might be many questions asked in an interview with respect to the resume. Whatever have you written in that, the question could be asked from that, or it could be something related to the skill set, or it could be something related to your project. So there are so many areas in your resume from which the questions could be asked. So that's why it's very important to focus on the resume. So these are the basic preparation that you need to do. Let me repeat it once again. First, analyze yourself. See what is the level that you are at, how to analyze by identifying your skills. Do a SWOT analysis, find out your strength, weakness, what are the opportunities that you have in front of you, and what are the threats that will stop you from exploring those opportunities. So write down all those things and start working on that. Also see what are the job descriptions out there. Now, right now, if you don't have the job description, what you can do is you can search for the job description of other companies, and you can start working on that and prepare answers for the standard questions. There are so many questions: HR interview, technical interview. You can just segregate into different sections, and you can start preparing it by maintaining a notebook, and every day you can start writing out the questions and answering for that. So that will help you to be more confident during an interview. If that question is asked, then that's the feather on the cap. You can just answer very confidently. Know about the company. As I already said, please do a research about the company. It will definitely help you during an interview. And focus on the resume, because there are so many sections in resume from which the questions could be asked. So these are the basic steps that you need to follow. And you can also take a screenshot of this so that you can be sure, you can use it as a checklist whenever you are preparing for an interview. And also, let's see what are the things that you need to focus on in order to get a very positive impression when you are attending an interview, okay? Or before the interview, what are the things that you need to do so that you create a positive impression? So let me tell you one thing, guys, is during an interview that maybe it is for 15 or 20 or 30 minutes, it's not possible to judge completely about a person. Okay, so there are, whatever the judgment is given, it depends on those 30 minutes or 40 minutes that has been spent. So in that 30 or 20 minutes of whatever you are saying, whatever the words that you're using, what are the examples that you're quoting, based on those things only, the interviewer can get some idea about yourself, about you. So that's why that particular time duration is very, very important. So how to create that positive impression during that time? First thing is being on time. Timeliness is very, very, very important. Suppose if you have a scheduled interview at 5 p.m. in the evening, you should make sure that you are 5 minutes before the time and you are ready to answer. Okay, you are ready to talk. It's not like 5 o'clock the interview is, and you are, if suppose if it's an online interview, you are logging in at 5:10. That doesn't give a good impression. That's the first thing, which might break your path from getting selected. So that's why it's very important to be on time whenever you have an interview. If it's an offline interview, make sure you reach the place 1 hour before, because otherwise you might get stuck in traffic if you start late. So, or there might be many other situations. So being on time is a very important thing. Also, one more thing is that if you are late for the interview, you will also be nervous, right? Because you're so worried about, your appearance, or, are you sweating? So there are many factors that will affect if you are late for the interview. So that's why it's very important to be on time during an interview. And appearance, yes. So we need to be well dressed, and that too, it's like, the expected attire. Formals, formals is the one that we wear for interview. I'm now talking about the online or video interview. That's again a different category. I'll tell about that also. So if it is an offline interview, you need to dress well, like we need to wear formals. So I'll just tell about few things, the do's and don'ts here also. When it comes to men, we should make sure that we wear a light colored dress. Blue is the expected one, and the dark pant. What the shirt and the pant should have a contrast color. That's what is being expected, and it looks formals also. Also, your shoes and the belt color, make sure it is matching. Black and brown is the expected one. And also the socks that you're wearing, the color shouldn't be too flashy. Let it be the same color, the color of the socks, let it be same as the pant, so that when you sit, it looks like it's continuation of your pant. So that's one point. And watch is expected. So that's a good way, one of the best way to have a watch. It's like one of the formal, what you can say. And tie is again left to you. You should be well groomed also, brush your hair, like comb your hair. For women, yes, the Indian formals or Western formals, anything is fine. You can wear Indian formals like what you can see right now on the screen, or you can wear the Western formals also. But you should not wear dress that is too, too grand, or it looks like as if you're going for wedding. It shouldn't look like that. It should be very simple. Like simple in the sense it shouldn't be distracting. That's one of the thing. It shouldn't be flashy or grand. So that's one thing. Indian formals or Western formals, that's left to you. So these are some of the points that is with respect to the appearance. Now you might be thinking like there won't be any offline interview. No, that's not the case, because slowly everything is changing. There are chances of offline interviews also, because if you see now everything is going to be normal out there. If you just go out, you can see like everyone are moving around, even though it's risky, but people are trying to adapt to the situation. So there are many chances that offline interviews will happen. So you need to be ready. It's not only the online interviews. Next, let's talk about a little bit about the posture. Yes, the posture that you maintain while you are in an interview, that's very important. That creates a very positive impression. We shouldn't be leaning too much forward or backward. We need to sit a little bit in a acute position, but not too much. Leaning towards the table or the place where you're sitting too much will again be will not be a good posture. So it's not to be too stiff also. So it should be relaxed position. So let me tell you, relaxed, and relaxed shouldn't be an obtuse angle position, that is relaxing backwards. Okay, keep your hands on the desk whenever you are in an interview. Okay, that's one of the thing. Talking about the shaving thing, yeah, that's again it's not like we should completely shave. That's again an option, but it shouldn't look like you're not maintaining it properly. So have a maintained beard if at all you're wearing it, but in order to be in a safer side, I would recommend it is better to shave and go, which also shows your seriousness towards the interview. Okay, but otherwise, if you feel like it's not possible to shave at all, or it looks odd if you shave, then I would say that maintain a proper shaped beard. So it should look well groomed. Okay, it should look well groomed. So most of the time, in order not to be in a riskier side, most of them will shave. So that's the safest way, I could say. but if it's not possible due to some reason, so I would say you to maintain it. Okay, you need to trim it properly, so that it looks like it has been maintained. Also, it same goes with the hair also. Okay, so that's a very very common question that you find. That should we shave or not? So I would say, especially with respect to the mustache and beard, so it should be maintained properly, or best safer side is shave it off. Okay. Sorry. Yes, so now talking about the handshake. See, handshake is again an optional, and right now the situation is such that no one would want to shake hands with others. So it's again depends on the interviewer. If the interviewer puts forth his hand towards you to shake or to greet you, then go ahead. Otherwise, it's again a riskier move. You just don't do anything. Then talking about the eye contact, yes, this is a very important part to create a positive impression when you are in an interview. That is the eye contact. When you see a person, and you just speak confidently by looking to that person's eyes, then that's a sign of a confidence and also creates a positive impression. Now, where to see? That's an important part. It's not like you'll be seeing that person's head or somewhere else. See, we all have experienced this, right? Whenever we meet a stranger, sometimes we feel a little bit uncomfortable to see that person's eyes. So that we always try to see somewhere else. That's how most of them are, but we can't help with that. But during an interview, as you all know, we need to create a positive impression within that certain time. It's always better to see the person's eyes, or the nose. You can say like an inverted triangle. You can either see forehead and two eyes, but make sure you are seeing the eyes. So you can use this 1 2 3 method, where you're seeing both the eyes and also the mouth. Like you are just moving it around. You're not just focusing on one side. It's difficult to focus on one particular part of your face, so you can just move your sight from one eye to other eye, and again to mouth, one eye to other eye, or nose, anything, that's fine. So this is a pattern that you can follow, which will help you to showcase that you are very confident, because eye contact is one of the basic thing that will show whether you are confident or not. Okay, just think of it, right? You are answering the questions and you're talking to an interview, and just by seeing downwards or seeing upwards, that looks so awkward. Or you're seeing something else. Suppose if there is some other object near to the interview, if you're concentrating on that and saying the answer, that's a sign of lack of confidence. So that's why it's very important to have a very good eye contact whenever you are in an interview room and whenever you're answering the questions. Okay, so that's one point that we need to take care of. Facial expression. Yes, facial expression also is a part of it. So you should have a little bit of smile on your face. You shouldn't be so serious. But again, that depends on the type of answers that you gain. Suppose if you're answering something, regarding some serious situation or serious event, you need to change your facial expression accordingly. But again, there is a certain limit for that. If you are expressing too much, if you're giving too much of facial expression, that would be uncomfortable. But you have to give a facial expression. Don't be with one still face. That doesn't look good. Okay, without even smiling or something. So have a little bit of smile with certain limit, not like laughing. It's a simple smile. Okay, so facial expression is also a part that will help you to create a positive impression during an interview. So I would like to repeat this once again. So first thing is being on time. Don't miss it out. Being on time for an interview is very, very important. Appearance, how you appear in front of the interviewer with respect to the dress that you wear. Wear formal dress. Posture, sit in little bit of acute, not stiff, but relaxed position. Handshake is again optional, but see that whether the interviewer is ready to shake hand. And eye contact, yes, as I already mentioned, you should see the eyes and you need to talk. That's one of the way to hide your lack of confidence, maybe. Suppose if you're nervous, or that's a sign of showing the that's a way of showing the confidence in your face. And facial expression also. Facial expression will add still more beauty to the way you speak. Okay, and one more thing I forgot to mention here, which it's always good to have voice modulation when you're speaking. Don't speak in one particular voice tone, so make some variation in that will help you to to be very confident. And also online interview, let me tell you about that also. This is in general I'm talking about, to create a positive impression. I'll be coming to the online interview also. So let's see some of the do's and don'ts in an interview. What are the things that you need to do and what are the things you should not do in an interview? So we'll go one by one here. Yes, so let's start with the first one, enthusiasm. See, enthusiasm is is one of the part that again creates a positive impression, but also that depends on you know suppose if you are enthusiastic, you are transferring some kind of energy in that room, which will make the interviewer feel that you are a kind of a candidate who is very excited of any event. That event right now, which we're talking about, the event of interview, that interview process. Okay, so it gives a kind of a positive impression. So be enthusiastic. And how to be enthusiastic? How to show enthusiasm? That's through your voice, through your body language, the way you use the hand gesture. All that thing matters. Okay, so showing enthusiasm is a very, very important part in an interview. Yes, regarding the online, and see there you will get an information regarding online and offline. So some of the interview could be online, some of the interview could be offline, but we need to be ready for both of them. Your interview can be online or it could be offline. So this is kind of a general, with respect to if it is online or offline. So now talking about first thing, as I already mentioned, enthusiasm, that by the way you use your hand gesture, that matters a lot. And also your voice modulation, that's very, very important. Some you should show your excitement in whatever the answer that you're giving. When you're telling about your project, you should be very proud about the project that you have made, so that should come up through your voice. Be polite, be assertive, and be firm. Okay, polite, yes, you should be polite to answer. You should allow them to answer or ask questions. You shouldn't be breaking in between. And be polite when you're answering, humble and assertive in the sense you should be confident. When whatever you are saying, you should be very confident and firm. Being too much polite is also not right. So that you're nodding your head for each and everything. That's not right. So you should know which is right and which is wrong. So that's kind of assertiveness you need to have. Suppose if you're saying something which is true, you should be very confident about it and be firm on whatever you are saying. Firm in the sense in your body language, also in your voice modulation and voice. So these are some of the things. Okay, so now talking about the next one. Just a minute. Genuine and honest, yes. Here, genuine and honest, when I say that depends on the answers that you're giving. Suppose if any question is asked and you're not sure about the answer, if you are trying to make some stories and if you're answering it, that's again a kind of you are trying to simply take some time and answer just for the simply you have to answer. But being genuine is what is very, very important. If you don't know the answer, it's always okay to say don't know, because no one is perfect, right? But you shouldn't fake. And also when you're telling about your skills, when you're telling about your hobbies, be genuine in whatever you're saying. Be honest. Don't just say some random hobbies which you have never seen or which you have never done at all. So say some hobbies which you have spent some time on, so that you will have some stories to tell about. Suppose if they ask anything more about your hobbies, you can explain about it. Don't just make up the stories. So that's very important. So being genuine in whatever the answers that you're giving is very important. Wait for the interviewer to complete the question. So you need to wait. I think we all have been in one situation where where you're telling something to a person, maybe it could be your friend or someone, and all of a sudden the other person cuts you in between and starts talking. How irritated would you feel? Yes, obviously we all will feel irritated if someone cuts you in between. So here also same thing happens in an interview. When an interviewer is asking question, don't just directly jump to the conclusion and start answering. That's not a good sign. So whenever in an interview, when the question is being asked, wait until the question is completed, then you can start answering. So that's one of the good things. So listening skill is a very important part here. So you need to listen carefully until the question is complete, and then you can start answering. Don't cut in between and start answering, assuming okay, that's the next part. Obviously that's the next part of the question that person would be asking. So don't assume like that. So it's better to wait until the question is completed. Answer each question directly. So here suppose if you don't know the answer, be direct and you can say I'm not sure about the answer. But if you know the answer, don't just wait and be silent for a while, like as if you're thinking what it is. you can just say what you know about that answer. So that spontaneous thing is very, very important. You need to act there immediately and start answering, and answer directly to the person. Don't just see somewhere else and answer. So these are some of the do's that you need to follow. Let me just have a quick review of that. See, first of all, show enthusiasm, be very excited, and all these things depends on the voice. Your voice modulation will give a lot of enthusiasm to your answers during an interview. Be very polite and assertive and firm. Okay, don't lie, be genuine, and wait until till the interviewer completes a question, and then you can answer. So listen carefully to the complete question. Answer each question directly. In the sense, like, don't just take it off, don't just go off track and then come back to the answer. So start answer for whatever the question has been asked, answer for that. And there are certain don'ts, things that we should not do in an interview. In that, don't lose focus. Yes, so we shouldn't lose focus whenever we are answering. See here, when I talk about focus, it's about the purpose, like why you are actually there. When you're answering an interview, you should know that they are testing something about ourselves. They're testing, like, they want to know, the interviewer wants to know about us. So you should think in that way. So you should give genuine answers and keep your focus to the answer or the core part of that question, why that question has been asked. So answer on those, concentrate on those part in your answer. So don't lose your focus to somewhere else, and also don't get nervous. Don't be overconfident. Yes, let me tell you one thing, most of the interview you find people being very, very confident, like they're being overconfident. It's like, it's not that they want to be overconfident, it's like the situation makes them to be overconfident so that they can cover up their nervousness. And then this is a fact actually. If you see someone being too much overconfident and they're like, yes, I'll crack the interview, it's like, it's gonna be awesome, yeah, and then they go to the interview and then they'll start speaking like as if they've taken 100 interviews. But one particular moment might make you to fall, might make us to fall from that overconfident, and we might get stuck on something. So definitely, whatever we have said, everything goes into waste, right? There's nothing. So that's why it's always better to be confident, like be normal, be confident, just have this idea that you're going for an interview. But if the way, being like having that faith, like, yes, I'm going to crack it and it's going to be the best thing, that don't be in that level also. Just think that you're going for an interview and you need to crack the interview. So whatever the question has been asked, I'm going to answer that because I have prepared. So preparation matters a lot here. If you're prepared, definitely you'll be confident. So next thing is, argumentative. Don't be argumentative in the sense there might be some clashes. Chances are there because the interviewer might want to test how aggressive you are. Maybe want to see whether you are ready to argue or not. Here you be assertive. Don't just get into an argument. Maybe if they're giving some scenario and they're saying like, I think that this is the part, what do you think? They might ask the candidate. So candidates should not say, no, I don't think like this. I think in the other way, contrast way, and I'm ready to argue with you. And there might be some kind of an argument. So don't go that. And also your voice shouldn't raise too much that the interviewer will feel like you are trying to overpower your voice. So that's why it's very important to be polite and calm when you are answering. Don't talk continuously. Yes, there are chances. For example, just think about a simple question. Like when they ask, tell me about yourself, you shouldn't be going on and like saying so many things about yourself that the interviewer will feel bored. So that is why it's important to talk how much ever is required. For whatever the question has been asked, just stick to that question and start answering. So that's the best way to maintain. And also don't forget to research common interview questions. Yes, we will also help you with that. We will also have a session which is completely dedicated for the interview question and answer, which we will let you know. So what you have to do a research, as I already said, you need to maintain a book which has the details of all the which has a question and answer, so that you can revise it before going for an interview. Don't forget to, I'm sorry, that's about it. Yeah, video interview do's and don'ts. So we will now talk about the video interview. What are the do's and what are the don'ts in a video interview? Because most of them are asking about that. See, that's one of the common thing that right now we all are seeing is most of the process, most of the event happens online, right? Starting from the class, and it's like interviews and so many things, or transactions. So everything is going online. So video interview is something which is being very common. It was there before also, but now it is being very common. Even though the distance between the place, your place and the interview place is not that far, but still people would have video interview as one of the system. So you can expect video interview to be a very common form of interview from now onwards. So it's always better to be ready for this video interview. And what are the things that you need to do in a video interview? What are the do's and don'ts? So that's what we are going to discuss, right? So make sure that you are in a place where there is no much of noise, and you are comfortable, and also there is no disturbance, like people are moving around. So that see that you are in a very quiet and calm place. So finding a suitable place is one of the basic thing. See, that is interview, it happens like interview is not like the thing that happens every day, right? That happens only once or twice, or like very rarely it happens. So that's why you select a place that is very calm and quiet. If you are not finding that place around in your house, so you can just ask your friend or relative and just find a place so that you are in a right place where there's no distraction. So here mainly about the distraction, okay? And also find a place which has very good internet, so that you don't have the network issue, okay? And that's one thing, okay? So let's see other point. Do some practice recordings to check your background. Practice recordings in the sense you can ask your friends or you can ask your family members to be an interviewer, and to connect online, okay? So you can do a video calling and you can start answering. So that's one of the way to be very confident online, even though if you think that online is very easy because you'll be at your home, you'll be comfortable. Yes, you'll be comfortable, but since this is a new thing, right, the environment is new, so it's better to be comfortable with the system that is there, like the laptop, the camera and all that thing. Practice in front of the screen. Yes, in the screen in the sense your computer. Practice in front of your computer as much as possible. Start answering the basic questions. And one thing what you can do is you can start recording. Okay, you can just on your camera and start recording the answers. Ask yourself a question and start answering. And then after that, watch the video and see how clear you were. Which are the points where you were you're not able to answer, or which points were not that clear in an online. So you can in the video. So in those things you can judge from that. Check and double check your microphone and camera. Yes, microphone and camera you need to check, double check in the sense before the interview, check once again whether you are able to whether your voice is audible or your camera is proper. All those things you need to check before the interview. Dress the same way you would for an on-site interview. Yes, you might think that since it's an online interview, since it's a video interview, since you are in a comfortable place, you can wear whatever you want. It's not true. See, wearing a formal dress during an online interview is an indication that you are serious about the interview. So that's why wear the formal dress. And one of the common thing, and we have seen so many videos also where people just they only the top part they wear formal, and they wear pajamas or the dress that they wear at home. That's not a good sign, okay? What happens, we don't know, right? Sometimes something might happen and we might get up or we might move around. There might be such situation, we're not sure about it. So it's better to wear complete formal trousers and formal shirt in an interview. And that one more thing is, it also gives you a feel of an interview. So better to wear complete formal during the online interview, also during a video interview also. Make sure you have a good energy. Yes, online interview requires a lot of energy. When you're physically present on-site interview, there's so many ways that you can show your energy, like your hand gesture, and the voice also, you can keep it soft and calm and cool. But in online, you should make sure that you have a lot of energy. The voice is a very important part in an online interview. So your voice should be very, very powerful when you are attending an online interview. So these are some of the do's. And also look at the camera. Yeah, that's a very important part when you are attending an interview. Sometimes what happens, if you're using an external camera, your camera might be placed somewhere else and your laptop maybe or computer might be somewhere else. Or if you're using webcam, you might have kept it somewhere else. So we might see the computer and then say, but actually it's always better to see the lens the camera lens. So if you are attending an interview in a laptop and if you're using the laptop camera, I think that doesn't make much difference. But if you're using an external camera, then you need to be very careful when you're answering. See the camera and then answer, or then start asking the questions. So that will be very, very helpful. Okay. And yes, so these are some of the videos do's that you need to keep in mind. Talking about the don'ts, like during a video interview, what are the things that we should not do? Okay. First thing is, don't read answers from notes. I think there was some viral video also where person was caught during an interview where he was looking somewhere. So I'm not sure with this video interview, but I just heard about it. So video interview, don't just refer some notes. Like for example, they have asked some question like, tell me about yourself. Just think about it, right? You're just referring something and saying about yourself. That doesn't look good at all. And if at all, if they get any hint that you are referring something and you're answering, that's very bad. So it's better not to keep any notes, okay, in front of you. Can just keep it so that somewhere just by a glance you can do. But to be in safer side, be ready for all the questions and don't take this chance. Don't keep any notes in front of you. You just sit in front of the computer, see the camera, and then you speak. And your confidence should be seen in the way you speak and the way you see the camera. Okay, so that's one of the basic thing. Don't read anything whenever you are answering in an interview. Don't get flustered if there is any technical glitches. Yes, sometimes we get flustered. You just start getting nervous, right? If something happens with respect to technical glitches or something, don't get nervous. See, nothing will happen. What you can do is you can just ask some time, where you can, until then you can clear it up, whatever the technical glitches that you have. And if that doesn't work out, you should know that what are the ways I can contact the person, so that in order to maybe reschedule it, or to convey what is the problem. So you can call them, or you can reach online through email or whatever it is. So you should know that before itself. Suppose if your interview doesn't go in the way you were expecting because of some technical issue, then you should know a plan B through which you can convey the message to the other person, to the interviewer, or to the organization. So don't get flustered and don't get nervous, because if after some time, if it gets reconnected, you will not have that much of enthusiasm to answer, right? So just be calm, because some mistake happens like that. Technical glitches and also very common thing in any video interview or in any online meeting. So don't get flustered, don't get nervous. Just be calm and see what solution you can find out for that. And don't keep multiple tabs open. Don't have an unprofessional username. See, some of the online meeting, if you see, or online interview, there's so many, right? Like maybe like Zoom or Google Meet or so many things. So there you have to give your username. In that username, make sure that you have given your complete name. It shouldn't be your nickname or something. So that's one of the basic thing in a video interview. And don't keep multiple tabs open. Yes, because what happens is, if you keep multiple tabs open, there might be some pop-up messages that would be popping out. You would know, right, if there are some tabs or some applications which are open. So you would get some notifications. So that sound will be there, WhatsApp sound. So close all those things and just keep the window that is required for you for the online meeting. Okay, that's one thing. Yes. So now let me just repeat it once again. First thing is, don't read answers from notes. Don't get flustered if there is any technical glitches. Don't get nervous at all, because technical glitches and all is not in your hand, right? So that's why don't worry about it. Don't get flustered if there is any technical glitches also. So I'm sorry, don't keep username which is too much of like it's like nicknames and all. Don't keep that. And also multiple tabs, please don't open it up. So these are some of the do's and don'ts that I wanted to share with you all with respect to face-to-face interview, also with respect to the video interview. Okay, so all these two things you should be aware of. And as I already mentioned, we are going to have the sessions with respect to the interview skills also. Yes. Talking about the interview, yeah, because few of them were asking the questions, like what to say when this question is asked, what to say when this question is asked. So few of them are asking about that. See, that is why, just to keeping all these points in mind which you have asked, if at all they like what to answer for one particular question that is generally asked, the questions that you can expect from the interviewer, those kind of questions we are planning to, we are actually keeping a separate session for that. And during that session, you can ask all your doubts. We will try to cover almost most of the questions that are generally asked, okay, during an interview. So I'm just trying to see some of the question. Okay, so since most of them are asking for the interview do's and don'ts, I'm sorry, interview questions, definitely we are going to have a session for that. And also, I would like to tell one more very, very important thing. See, one of the main reason that industry experts are one of the main feedback that the industry experts are giving to the going to the companies or the schools or colleges is that the students are not exposed to the actually industry level of interview. So they just randomly take a chance. They're not practicing with that's required for the industry level. So I would like to say you one thing. I would like to say one platform that will definitely help you to ace your skills when it comes to the interview skills, and also related to your resume building. And that is nothing but eGuru, which is one of the on-demand mock interviews. So you'll have a platform where the professionals will be taking an interview and also giving you the feedback, so that you can be very confident when you're actually attending an interview. So what is this eGuru? So you can practice here, it's like an actual interview that happens, and also you will be getting interviewed by one particular by specific domain. So you can select which branch are you from, and you can select what kind of interview that you're expecting, in the sense like which area. Okay, it could be something like production, or it could be something related to IT, so that you can select, and also any convenient time. It is not like we will be giving you time. So eGuru, in eGuru you can select any time that you feel like. And yes, as you can see here, so when it comes to the industry expert feedbacks, so 1 out of 10 students get selected in the product or the companies. It's because of they are less exposed to the industry level interview. So we at eGuru, so we have one very nice platform for you. So if you feel that you want to be very confident and know what are the things that you are lagging in your interview skills, and also what are the things that you are missing out in your resume, here is a solution for you. And some of the very nice feature here is that, suppose if your internet bandwidth is very low, we'll have there could be a session of mobile sessions also, where you can call up, and also you will get a playback and review, and also get mentored on that. Okay, and eGuru score will be given to you. So already many people have got benefit of it. What you have to do, you have to simply select your preferred industry and function, and just a minute. Yes, so you have to schedule your convenient time and get connected with the best industry expert. So it's conducted through video call, and you get the immediate feedback. That's one of the best thing. So how this process works out, 35 minutes per interview. So initially to set up some time, and then we'll have the icebreaker. Then based on your resume and project, the interview questions will be asked, and then industry specific questions, and last 10 minutes will be the mentoring. So these are the things that is going to happen in this eGuru mock interview. There's so many people who have already got benefited, but we have largely got benefited from this eGuru, and from like students from top universities, IITs, BITS Pilani have taken a lot of advantage from this eGuru. And yes, so there are few things you can just have a look at it. What are the things that students are saying about this eGuru? So this is the platform, how it looks like. So it will have an online expert coming up, in the sense the professional, industry specific professional will come and they'll take the interview, and a detailed report will be given on which area you are looking. As you can see on the right side, the etiquette, problem solving, subject knowledge, all those things will be rated and you'll be given the report. So if you are actually planning to take this advantage, so what you can do is you can just click the link on the live chat and you can register for this. And it's like, if you are doing it right away, you are going to get a discount of 30%, which will help you to take this interview. And it's gonna change the way you actually pursue about the interview, because you are actually having an experience, you'll have an experience of an industry level interview. So if you think that you need some experience in this, and if you feel that you are novice in this, if you are new to this, so what you can do is you can please do attend this eGuru interview by clicking that link. You can register, and also you get a 30% off. This is a limited period offer. So please click on the link in the live chat and you can register for this eGuru interview, so that you can upgrade the way you attend the interview and also upgrade your resume. And if you haven't joined our Telegram channel, make sure you have joined our Telegram channel, Ethnus Codemithra, by clicking on that link in the description, or you can just simply log into your Telegram app, or you can just open your Telegram app and search for Ethnus Codemithra and join the channel for the updates regarding the upcoming webinar. And please don't forget to attend tomorrow's session at 5 p.m., which is a Wipro Elite National Level Talent Hunt 2021 reasoning ability question and answers that will be discussed tomorrow at 5 p.m. So don't forget to join that. If you haven't subscribed for our channel, please do subscribe our channel, Ethnus Codemithra. Just click on that subscribe button and also click the bell icon so that you get the notification when we go live. And also set your reminder for tomorrow's 5 p.m. session. Don't miss out the session, and there will be there will be many such sessions coming up. And as most of them have requested for the question and answers, interview question and answer, we will also have session for that in the next interview series. You can check our interview series in the playlist also. Thank you so much for joining today's session. I hope today's session was helpful for you all, and you got some do's and don'ts that you need to do in an interview. Yes, thank you so much for joining today's session. This is Likith signing off. Thank you.